friends turn to foes, that's how the game goes. But I can do bad on my own, so I'm better off alone.
Yeah, introverted, how I stay. Circle so small, it's a dot, I don't play. In case you forgot, I sent a text, I'm on the way. No brakes, can't stop, I'm crashing through the gates. Set the plate, underlay. A snake gonna be a snake, no matter the time, no day. Can't make that mistake, becoming a victim, I pray. I've been in my own bag, now ain't no time for a crash out. So high, don't pass out into the fast. Wild friends, the foes, that's how they fade. Never had friends in the first place. Sour like lemonade, how's it taste? I can read the hate up on their face. They being way too fake.
When they changed up on me, when I started getting money, they started acting funny. Now the time's so lonely.
It's many
friends turn to foes, that's how the
kids.
game goes.
Hey, I was born into them trenches. I had to put in work. I emerged from it all without a stain on my shirt. Feel like Hove standing over the stove, listening to Hove on the block with the rock, praying my casket don't close.
Friends turn to foes, that's how the game goes. But I can do bad on my own.
Ain't real.
So I'm better off alone.
Take a look into my eyes and step aside as I rise. Gassed up, I'm down the ride as this blunt gets me high. Dark nights doing trap nights, frenemies in disguise. It was the people closest to me plotting my demise. Let me spell it out and keep it simple. I'm the cure for your symptoms. This is a verbal venom that occurs when titles get herbal in them. I didn't reciprocate the blatant hate I took off to meditate. Interventions gotta wait while your minds I penetrate. Astros traveling my weakness state, yeah, I'm living great. Tell them run it back and check the tape, critics mad they can't relate. My focus on grinding hard so my back can elevate. Chalk it up, hell can wait, fuck until I hit heaven's gates.
Changed up on me, when I started getting money, they started acting funny. Now the time's so lonely, when your friends turn to foes, that's how the game goes. But I can do bad on my own, so I'm better off alone.
That is Rebellion's own, Rebellion Records' own, Maxxx2Unholy. Right there.
And of course, you know the homie GOOSE is on that track with me.
Right, Goose is there too.
Yeah, but he's on the track, not here in person, but yeah, he is.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Hello, y'all. Good morning, world. It feels like morning to me. It's been a long day and night last night, so it feels like morning, but good evening, good morning, whatever time it is, howdy. What's up, Miss Jackie and Scott?
How's it going?
As you can see, it is pitch black in the studio today because, you know, I wasn't expecting to be on camera, but Max is like, no, you have to be on the show today. And I was like, well, okay, fine, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. As soon as we done with this, boy, it's gonna be pitch black because I'm covering my head.
I mean, I have no lights on in here right now. As you can see, look behind me. Like, everything is off in here. You know.
I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. If I'd have turned lights off, I was gonna crash out and go to sleep. I was gonna go to sleep.
I'm not. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. It's been a long weekend.
It has been a long weekend. And that long weekend is actually kind of something we're going to address today. We kind of talked some backstage, so we know that I decided I wanted to address this a different way than I originally planned to. But the intro song, if you listen to the beginning of this, that intro song gave you a clue of what we're talking about today. We on the subject of friends to foes today.
Oh, I got a close call with this one already. We called this out last week too.
I've had a lot of this happening. And it's actually wild because, okay, like I said, I decided to go about today's topic a bit differently. When I first set the topic for today, y'all know I was heated. And by the way, Tyler, thank you for the love on the track. Unfortunately, it's not on Spotify because Spotify Childish said it was artificially streamed and took it down, but it's on all other services. But
Said it was what?
artificially streamed. So on DistroKid service, they had this thing called Wheel of Playlist, right? Every
Right.
24 hours, you could like click on it. You go to it takes you to a page and you spin a wheel. And it's kind of like spinning like a Wheel of Fortune type wheel. Best out of three spins was the number that they put you on this DistroKid Wheel of Playlist. I thought it was a when I first started like putting out music, I thought like, oh, this is a cool tool. It's good tool. It's gonna help me get plays on my tracks. Use the crap out of it. And then all of a sudden I started getting notices from Spotify talking about artificial streaming, and all of the songs that they hit me for were the songs I was putting on that playlist. So needless to say, I'm no longer using that playlist. Yeah, I don't even want to have that discussion. That's a whole another show right there.
Spotify does some dumb stuff, though. I mean, they really do. It,
It was a that was a frustrating process, to be honest. Like for me, it was like, how are you going to punish me for using the tools that you're providing with your service? It'd be like I pay a yearly fee for my DistroKid account to be able to self-release music, and then typically every time I put out releases, I pay for the little extra stuff. I mean, store maximizer and all this other stuff. So for me, I really did get upset about that. I felt cheated. Like, oh, so I'm going to use the tools you give me and get penalized.
And then yeah, like
I think, okay, while Spotify is one of the bigger streaming platforms and it's a big deal, I think the fact that my music didn't come off of everything, they just took it off just Spotify, for me, that was something that was deal withable because I was starting to transition from being Mudwubs as an identity to taking on Maxxx2Unholy. So for me, that kind of it solved a kind of easy problem. Like, all right, to be like, instead of worrying about how to switch all my music from Mudwubs over to Maxxx2Unholy, whatever's on Mudwubs is going to stay there, and moving forward, I'm releasing under Maxxx2Unholy. So, but let's get back to friends to foes. Ooh wee. This is a topic I really had to take the past couple of days to think about how I wanted to address this because I've got a lot of thoughts on this, and I don't want to let myself get carried away or like lost in like past stuff. But starting out, I have to say something. People that only get close to other people to have some type of information to use on them or something to beat them over the head about, y'all are subhuman. What just happened?
nothing.
Uh huh. Oh, you turned your
That's
mic off. Okay. Listen, it went from like having background noise to like it went deathly quiet. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what happened? Any opinion on that one, Jackie?
oh, I know this topic way too close at hand, and I'm currently dealing with a situation very similar. And I tell you one thing, I couldn't be in your situation doing it, okay? Because in your situation, this is not just necessarily friend to foe. This is somebody that knew you from prior, somehow, some way. They've heard about you. Same thing that happens in real life. People hear about you. They only want to be your friend to get a job through you. B, they've got some heat that's on them. Well, who can I get that's potentially got something a little bit more dirtier? You are subhuman, 100%, and you deserve
So,
everything you get because karma's a
so in dealing with this latest situation I dealt with, I really kind of like hit a point where I really like I broke into the altar. I was like, yo, like, hold on here. Like, I got to hit some extreme measures because, like, right now I'm really confuddled. I was really confused. You know what I mean? Like, finding myself in a conflict that honestly had nothing to do with me. It was like, what the crap? And it really made me, my first reaction was really anger. And I'll explain why. I'll be goofy, I talk hella crap, but at the end of it, I will give somebody the shirt off of my back. I will put myself down bad to help somebody. And I try my best to I try to always see the best in people. I really do. That's why for many years of my life I constantly hung out with crappy people because I tried to be that person like, all right, I'm not going to judge them because of this, or you know what I mean, I'm not going to hold these things that I see against them because they haven't done it towards me yet or showed it at me yet. And it always bites me in my tail. So in this situation, like, it really frustrated me because it was one of them, like, I know I got to hear the people closest to me, you know what I mean, tell me, like, I told you so. And that's something that will really bother me.
No, and you know what? We've had this topic between me and you in one of your first opening Unholy Teas. So when we were talking way back, and we had said, the problem being is that we always want to see the best in humans because inherently, as per the old school psychology thought process, human beings are inherently good. They're not inherently evil. Okay. That's what we were built to be. Now, I don't know if that's the case anymore necessarily, but because we still feel that way, we're instinctively wanting to see the good, and that maybe it's twisted and skewed because you've got a gaggle of people over there. Because when you get a gaggle of people, the game of telephone sucks. So how are you to
It's
know that that was true? You want to base that off your own experience because they might be a good person.
yes, and at the exact same time, in this situation, it really, it totally, I honestly, like, was having difficulty processing, you know, be like, what it, you know, came out all around because in the last few years of my life, this is like the third or fourth person that I've let, you know, be like in an inner circle access to me where it's like, what the crap? Like, you do that? Like, what? It'd be like somebody that I used to hang out with on a daily basis, somebody who used to be closer than some of my own brothers to me, turned out to be somebody that had a whole crazy dark side, and it was just like, what the frick?
So remember about 2 weeks ago when I was driving to somebody's house and you and Scott both went, hey, settle down. That friend, she was close to me in ways that a lot of people, I have very rarely let people, even in my real life, get as close as I had let her into my life, into knowing my story. The first instant of something that didn't seem right, that lid came unglued, and the first thing she did was use every little piece of it. The first time in years that I've let myself let my guard down and tell them about some of the stuff I've been through, for them to instantly announce it to a group of over 200 people.
So High End chimed in and said, maybe humans aren't inherently good or evil, but we do tend to inflate duality for polarity.
Absolutely.
To a point, to a point. There are some people that are so self serving that somewhere in their mind, they've got the thought process that what they're doing is not wrong. And it's something that, like,
That
in the past
that is
in the past
narcissism.
in the past couple situations, I mean, that I've walked through with some people, like, it really smacked me in the face. It'd be like being in a situation where somebody got upset at me because I backed away and distanced myself because of something they have going on was like a real slap in the face. You want me to stick my nose in some business that ain't got nothing to do with me, and by all accounts, you're in the wrong for, and you're upset at me because I don't want to stick my nose in it. Well, that's a you problem.
No, and they should have the person should have understood this because you are a new artist starting to bud and come out right now. You can't associate yourself with something like that right off the hop because you need to look out for your image as well. Like, sorry, but you do have to look out for number one, and you should never be made to feel like crap for looking out for yourself.
But in dealing with that, what made it hard is it was that realization. Like for me, thought process was like again, like in the last few years alone, I dealt with somebody that I viewed as a friend and as somebody I could work with music who had a crazy greedy streak that I didn't even see until I came into some money from a work situation and that person showed that they felt entitled to that.
Oh God.
Which, matter of fact, Scott, you're an artist. Let me throw this your way and let me get your opinion real quick. I know you said you ain't want to be in the show, but this one I gotta ask you.
What's
Me
up?
and you musicians, we do some projects together, right?
Right?
All right, cool. You know what I mean? We've talked about it, putting down splits on, you know what I mean, dropping it and releasing it. Now, in this
Right.
process, I get a lump sum settlement from a legal action against my job. Do you have the thought process that you feel entitled to feel like I owe you money out of that?
No. Why would I?
You're an operating human. The
I mean,
person
it's
that
our deal. Our deal is separate from whatever you have personal going on.
thank you. To be like, no offense. And I try not to judge. I mean, like, I've got friends that don't have jobs. I've got friends that don't work a stable job. I don't judge them. But you can't expect because I came up off of a situation at work, I'm supposed to automatically be like, oh, here you go, bro. Here's money for you. I got bills of my own. When you're not trying and you don't even try to get a job, what am I supposed to do? But we digress. I see High End going in on the comments today. Hold on. He's throwing them faster than I can catch them on the screen. The very life you lead is itself your highest guru, including those friends that you find aren't your friends. High End, you're absolutely right, bud. And it was that thought, you just vocalized the thought process that really gave me that kick in the tail to be like, all right, I'm going to change how I address this today. That is the exact thought process. Going into yesterday, I mean, even talking with my wife, you know what I mean, she honestly had made, you know what I mean, made the observation. She was like, you're happier about going to Milwaukee. You know what I mean? So maybe you lost out on going to Flint for a good reason. And then after the experience of last night, it feels like it was a good reason. Like, oh, okay. Um, so High End, on your one comment, on this comment, you say conflate, not inflate. I'm gonna be honest and tell you I do not know the difference between the two. I know that inflate is like pump up. I do not know what conflate means. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a second. Let me run through comments real quick. I see we got a couple of them. High End also said a sociopathic level of narcissism to Jackie's point. High End also came right back and said narcissism inherently being a literal addiction to a contrived persona i.e., the inability to be one's unscripted, authentic self. Ooh, I like that one. That is a very good statement and a very good overview of narcissism. And then I ain't followed up on the conversation and said, Max, that person isn't inherently evil. Man, I got to stumble over a big word. Essentially, however, I want to spell that. Okay, so maybe that's why it looks a little different. Maybe the spelling's off. They are acting or behaving evil in those moments. I can agree with that. I'll also take it a step further and say that they're rooted in self-serving and instant gratification. Now, I'm down here to you, Ty. Tyler says people will always show you how they really are after a falling out. That, my friend, is a very true statement. That statement is so true that that's like a gut punch to me right now. Because I'm the type of person, if I fall out with you, to me it's nothing to just nip it in the bud and walk away. I don't want to see nobody down bad because I've been down bad in life. I've been down bad. So I don't want to see nobody go through that. But to see how many people are so miserable in life that they want to see other people constantly suffer, that's alien to me. I can't think of another word but alien. And I don't even like calling it alien. That feels disrespectful. Sorry, Yakashka. I couldn't think of another word, bud. You over here looking at me all crazy.
Looking at you like you're a psychopath. It's fun. No, we're not.
But
Come on.
another part of it, when I really hit that, okay, let me take a step back and look at things. It was wild because I picked up some reading material that I've had for a while. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep it honest with y'all. I currently, right now, utilize approximately, hold on. I utilize approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I utilize approximately 10 separate Google accounts because I've
There's
got.
my thought process. That was. I
Go
forgot
ahead.
the thought process because I was letting you finish. But yeah, the difference between your friend and my friend, this applies directly to them. Find a lot of people are faking who they are, especially online. I even have a coworker that is, she cannot be herself online. And it's because everybody wants to be internet famous. They want to be the next Kim K.
Hell, listen. I think that's part of why I have why this is such a slow process for me to be doing all this is because while I enjoy it, I don't really want to be internet famous because internet famous is it's the drags. It is.
I don't want to be famous, period, to be honest. I enjoy going out in public and not having people bother me. I enjoy not having my everyday life sold to the highest bidder or sold to the best tabloid. I don't like the
Screw
idea
that.
of ripping people off either because I love the fact that I appreciate the artists that still make it so you can go to their shows. Like we tried to buy my coworkers tried to buy tickets to Pink. They can't even get the nosebleeds up behind the stage are $300 a ticket.
Speaking of artists and
Like,
shows,
wow.
hold on, real quick. Speaking of artists and shows, I want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to Harsh and David for popping out with me last night in Milwaukee. I'll be totally honest. The fact that Harsh has popped out to rock with me the last 2 times I went and played in Milwaukee, and he brought David and another friend with him last night. That honestly to me means the world. That right there to an artist means the world. Traveling from Toledo, Ohio, to Milwaukee to play is already a journey. That's like a 6-hour drive one way. I'm crossing, honestly, from where I live, I end up going through, leaving Ohio, hitting part of Michigan, typically to go to Dispo. Then I got to slide through Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin. So it's a long trip. My brother went with me. First time my wife and my niece went with me. But just to have somebody besides like my immediate family come see me in a city I'm not even from, that is an amazing feeling. So thank both of them for showing up.
If you were across the Canadian border, I would have came.
I plan on it. I just got to figure out how to wiggle a passport out of Uncle Sam.
I understand completely. I'm just saying that I wish I could have came and supported, but I'm in Canada.
Oh, I know. It was dope. Which doubling back, it's wild because last night when I was talking with somebody, they was telling me about some of the bigger shows that they've booked, and they're just telling me about some of the demands that these popular artists make. And I'm just mind blown hearing it. I'll be honest. Maxx is not the artist that's going to demand you to put him in a 5-star hotel. You want me to keep it $150 with you? You can put me in a freaking Days Inn. Just don't put me in the middle of the ghetto. That's all I ask. Put me somewhere, where I ain't got to worry about somebody trying to mug me. You can put me in a motel for the night.
And don't come to Edmonton. You get jumped here.
All right.
Just
make
say.
somebody. So, and I'll see a couple comments real quick. Let me interject them in here for us. Ian said, I won't let others force me to react in a narcissist or sociopathic manner, i.e., won't allow others to force me to be inauthentic or have to justify myself to them. That seems to sum up what has been a life lesson the past couple years.
I've just finally learned this and secured it. It was my new thing now. 100%. Real friends won't put you in a position to make you feel uncomfortable or like you have to lie or pretend to be somebody else. A real friend will never freaking do that to you.
Not at all. Not at all. That's a lesson it took me a lot of time in life to recently start learning.
That lesson they also have to learn, because the reason they're putting you in that position is because they have very little respect for themselves as well. And I'm sorry, but you got to respect yourself too.
You do, because if you don't have self-respect, you're not going to use that better judgment, that better thinking, because you're not going to care.
Yep.
It all starts with yourself. So High-End says, Jackie goes to the store. The clerk says, excuse me, ma'am, aren't you the head of HR for CSHR radio?
I'm not taking complaints at this time. Have a great day. Give me my food.
So listen,
okay, but that's different, Hoey. That's a little bit of a different situation.
I'm fine.
But I mean, depending what you did though, and who it was.
You have to warn me ahead of time, because if a cop comes up to me and asks me where I was last night, I'm very liable to tell him I was with his wife or his mother. Just saying. I'm a smart mouth, so you got to warn me ahead of time before I get us both in trouble. High-End says, wait, if Jackie is the head of HR, is HR as in human resources, or is she in charge of harshest reality? HR has a double meaning. Why you look like that?
Human resources, not harsh reality.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, because
not.
She said, "Nope, I ain't taking that crap store."
Because harshest reality is just the harsh. It's okay. His name, the show name is Harsh Reality, but he's there's no part of reality in that. So
I'm crying. Oh,
You just put me in a very uncomfortable position, hobo.
speaking of harsh, y'all, before anybody asks, I'm pretty sure he is still at home, passed out.
No,
I'm pretty
he
sure.
made the link on time. He was good. He did his part.
Harsh didn't make the link.
Oh, I thought he did. Sometimes your guys'
Harsh didn't make the link.
profile pictures start blending together. I'm just saying.
Harsh didn't make the link. I kind of already knew though, because like when we parted ways, he said, "Yeah, be like he would probably be asleep." Oh.
No, him and David were definitely in another world last night when they were on the live.
I didn't even see it till this morning. I see it. Well, not even this morning.
Yeah,
This
they
afternoon.
kicked them out eventually. They got the boot from Herbalations last night.
Why did you boot them? Whoa, what did I miss? See, I be missing all
They
the
were
fun
too
when I go.
loud. You couldn't there was too no, they needed to go.
You know what I
That was
thought was really
noisy.
another thing that I thought was kind of dope? Watching Harsh's interaction at the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. You know what I mean? My buds came to see me. But in the same token, like, it wasn't like Harsh only like came to see me. Like one of the other guys that was there, I mean, Harsh had met him at the last show. So just seeing Harsh like talking with people, it was kind of cool for real. Ian said you laid down the law last night.
Thank you for not using the prequel. I appreciate that. Thank you for
No
editing that
problem.
comment for the live.
No problemo. So
But yes, I did. Where is that echo
like,
coming from sometimes? What are you doing, Scott?
I'm muted on my end, so I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know if maybe like if I get too close with the headphones and it picks it up. I do.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
mean,
It's periodic too. Like it's just ever so periodically. That's why I was like, is Scott playing around over there?
let me see if that works better because there's like no music or audio playing that I really need to have it cranked up for. So I turned my headphones down.
Mm. I'm kind of envious. I haven't gotten to go to one of your shows. So thank you, Harsh, for going in our stead.
I ain't gonna lie, it was actually really cool to like see them pop up and just be looking up and seeing two CSHR shirts in the crowd. It was like, hey, that's kind of cool. That was really a cool moment. Oh, Scott put it on the screen. He childish. Oh man, but with the whole friends to foe subject, what I took from the past couple of days' experience is it's beyond not stooping to their level. It's really a battle for control of yourself. It's a battle for control of power of yourself. Like think about it. A person does something, I mean, even on that crap ball. In the end of it, if you're going back and forth with them, what you're doing is giving them the power, I mean, to control how you feel. You're giving them a power because you feel the need to justify to them. And I really kind of had to take a step back, I mean, during this situation and really see it for what it was. Like, wait a minute. Why do I care about somebody's opinion? I'm bit. Huh? Hold on real quick, y'all.
No, you're right, Howie. A snake only sheds its skin to become a larger snake. It really does. Like with my friends to foe situation, I learned. I didn't learn the way Max did, but I definitely learned real quick that when you decide the first time to step away, don't ever step back the second or the third. They've shown you who they are, and they're not going to, unless they have shown you during your time of being a friend that they're willing to make the changes to be a better person. If they're not making those steps, you can't force them to make those steps because, like, I really, really wanted the best for my friend. Like, I went above and beyond countless times to try to push them in the right directions, and if they wouldn't go, like, yeah, like, why go back the second and the third time? Like, once you've learned the first time,
So
don't fall for
the
that.
GoFundMe for a recording studio light, we're gonna have to put that on hold. Max is about to be the Indian
I
in the
mean,
cupboard in the attic real quick.
we even have like zero funds for the radio station, and we even have our own air light outside the door, so people don't just pop in. Yeah,
Yeah, well, welcome to Mary life. I don't get no say in that one.
I mean it's just a sheet of paper with a light bulb behind it that says on air, but serves its purpose.
I could put a light as big as the moon right there. She still go pop for the dough.
That's his wife. Ain't no light stopping the wife.
Mine would be like, send me a text message, turn the camera off, so she can come in.
He's coming in to make sure there's no casting couch set up.
No. She know I'm gonna ignore this shit nick out my phone. My phone don't do not disturb, so I'm not gonna see a text message till I pull down the notification bar. So high end says action. Oh crap.
Sorry.
Actions and behavior demonstrate truth so much more accurately than platitudes. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And that was definitely something that I kind of got like a flag thrown in my face earlier in the week, and I just overlooked it. Like, yeah. But on the bright side, it worked out for the better. It really
Nope.
worked out for the better.
And that's what I say about my actions when everybody's like, I can't believe what you did. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing. I would do it all the same way again because that secured my kind soul from being able to go back. Like I nailed that coffin shut and buried that relationship deep in the cemetery. There is no way that I can ever put myself back in a position where I just feel so bad for that person that I just want to help. Because that is why I've overlooked so many of those red flags. Because I'm just like, you can do better. I can help you. And I got to stop wanting to help some people.
So this paper right here helped me realize quit trying to help everybody. Hold on. Let's see how this works. The fact that it actually like puts the paper the right way, I like this camera.
I can't read it though.
Hold on. I know how to fix that. Hold on.
It was blurry as all hell because you got your background blur on.
Mm-hmm. But I'm fixing it right now. Boom.
There we go. Can you move it down just a smidge because there's that like eyeball and heart react? Learn the craft. Okay, there we go.
Right,
Redefine your brand.
Oh, redefine over defining your brand. Multiply
Times. Oh, that's math. I don't do math. Fuck, get that
the
out of my
square
face.
root of motivation, dedication times preservation cubed. Like writing out that formula, was kind of like writing some things I had on my mind and like how I was seeing some things. And
I
as I
can't think
spent,
in the math. I can't think once you put math in it, that ruins it for me. My brain just has an aneurysm.
so watch this, right? Learning the craft plus redefining, over defining your brand. Every brand has a base definition. A lot of brands just slightly modify the base definition, put their little formula and packaging on it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Depending on their marketing, if they got better marketing than the competitors, they got the business. A true creator is going to step outside them boxes. They're going to shake it up. They're going to use something different. They're going to come from a different area. Now you take that and you multiply it by the square root. Remember, square root, like the square root of something, the base of it. The square root of motivation times dedication times perseveration cubed. So them three efforts, them three forces, let's say, right? But by multiplying them three cubed, that means that you're hunkering down and reinforcing and using them three energies to create your base to work from. You're using them three energies to put that brain in the pot and using them energies to simmer that pot down and bring it all together. Make it lock up. Once it lock up, shake the pot, cut them down, bag them up. You got your brand that you selling. Now, I probably could have used better terminology, and I don't care.
That's fine. I'm sure somebody's going to come along and understand what you said. You brought up square root and all of that and cubed again, and my brain had like I said, like even though you broke it down and tried to use crayons, my brain still, the minute you brought that math equation into it, it just went, and it had an aneurysm again. It just went, nope. We went on vacation.
I'm trying to
We're
find
getting high.
I'm trying to find something in this room that's a cube, and I can't find nothing that's a cube. So here we go. We're gonna make a pseudo cube real quick. We're gonna imagine that this box is a perfect cube. It's a base. It holds your cards, keeps your cards from going all over the place. It provides a structure, a foundation. Now,
I love you, Hoey. I love you so much.
depends on your ratio, Hoey. Depends on the purity too. Look at Scott. I just put his head down. He said, "Oh wow." But no, seriously, right? So like when it comes to stuff like the subjects of structure and things like that, that's a stuff a lot of people in life will shy away from. Most people want easy solutions that they don't have to work for. Like a lot of people sit in the same problems or the same difficulties because they don't want to go through the struggle of getting out of it. They would rather sit in the misery.
Whoever's yelling in the background's really mad.
Probably at Carlos because he don't listen.
Okay, because I'm just saying, I heard somebody yell and I was about to go to my room.
It's one of two things. It's either Carlos not listening or one of the girls and they ain't listening to the tell him like, hey, leave me alone. I'm at work. So I think my door closed. I'll stay crap out of it. Easy
Now,
way
I
not
would
to,
have
but no,
started brushing my teeth and went to bed.
I'm crying. But no, like seriously, you'll be like, a lot of people.
They're looking for the easy way out.
Yeah, lack of better terms. They want it easy. They want it tailored to them. They don't want to have to build it. If it requires work, people got soft hands. They ain't got no hard hands no more. They got soft hands and soft back. And I say that on multiple levels. Like my last two jobs should be, it was crazy keeping employees. People didn't want to come to work. You don't want to come to work and make a taco. You don't want to come to work and slang chicken. But you'll do all this dumb stuff on the streets to try and get a couple of dollars and end up getting less money. Like, oh, okay, you might make a $200-300 come up today, and then you're gonna go about 4 or 5 days with no money. You'd have made more money if you goof yourself would have got even a minimum wage job.
You ain't lying.
Babe.
I'll tell you the amount of people that I have like tried to like I was saying, like when we were helping people, like there's people I've been like, hey, my job's hiring, you could come work. Oh no, no, no. Oh,
And
sorry,
if you know,
I had
if
a
you know,
visitor.
you good. In my opinion, that that sense of entitlement, it softened people. You'll be like,
Get up, go to
when
work.
when I was a kid,
Hmm.
my mom got a paper route, and helping with the paper route was not an option. That was a chore because that was somebody like we got the things we wanted with. It was a chore. We had to help. When her and my stepdad got odd jobs doing work in houses, we got drug along. They would, whether we were cleanup crew or getting taught how to cut drywall. I mean,
I started working
like,
it when I was a teenager too, and it was purely because I had to pay for my own stuff. Nobody was paying for my stuff. I had to pay for my own shit the whole way. I was a ward of the government, so I had to
they,
pay my own way the whole damn way.
and nowadays, kids look at their parents and demand them to have a cell phone, and the
Because
parents get right in.
it's not even that they demand it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm pretty sure like our school systems are different, but they make our kids do shit online. Like they need access to tablets at school. They need like they've started putting tablets on school supply lists. Okay, so that's where it's coming down to. They don't make you write anything with pencils anymore in school very much. Like those first 3 years, that's about it. After that, you don't write with pencils, pens, nothing. It's all online. But it's also down to the point that we have soft parenting. Okay. So if you are caught yelling at your child, that's child abuse. You don't yell at the child, you let alone spank that kid, smack that kid's hand. Also, we've had schools contact us. Oh, you sent a package of Dunkaroos and cookies in your daughter's lunch. You can't send both of those. That's too high of a sugar content. I'm gonna pack my kid whatever the fuck I want to pack my kid. Thank you very much. She's
See,
also got a
them
bag of
school,
broccoli that she asked for.
hold on, hold on. Soft parenting ain't the word because them schools ain't met they ain't met nobody like Hurricane Sandy yet. They have not met Hurricane Sandy, and I promise you they don't want to. My mom, my mom did not bar that. Be like, I don't know. I look at things and I just be like, where did things switch up at? I be like,
They switched up when
and
you when they don't have to work. And actually, a lot of people are going to be up my ass for this thought process, and I don't give a fudge. Okay, social programs. Okay, social programs. I do agree that they were needed, and when they were being used appropriately and given to the people that rightfully needed it, not just to the people with depression, the people I can't hold a job because I'm sad and I'm going to kill myself if I have to go to work. Oh, you're on disability. Oh, here you go. Not to mention with those disability checks, I just had this conversation with a girl that has just become a mother and she's talking to another girl. So you get your $1,600 a month there. Plus you get an extra close to $800 per child on child tax. Then you get your subsidy. These parents are popping out these kids because the more kids you have, the more money you get from both child tax and the disability payments. So you're bringing home with just you and those kids $6,000 to $7,000 a month, and you ain't fucking working. Not a fucking
huh,
day in your life.
huh,
Okay?
huh.
The social programs have destroyed any ethic, any work ethic that was out there. It is destroyed. If you want to keep giving these fucking kids, my sister is one of them that is on disability for depression. She can get up and work every day. She spends $80 every single day on a new hoodie. She spends another $100 there. She goes and gets tattoos. She does not work. She has one child and she is on disability. And that's what she spends the money on.
Hold on, hold on. I'm about to tell these people I'm depressed, I can't work.
Okay?
Every day I wake up in my human body, I'm depressed. I don't want to be here on earth.
That is a
I
very
need
strong feeling for
disability.
me. I'm sorry.
I do not want to be here on this plane of existence no more. I need disability.
Meanwhile,
I'm
this
sitting
poor
here.
girl, her
Hold on, hold on.
boyfriend works and she's filing legally, like she's following the law. She's filing common law with her hubby. Her hubby makes $150,000 a year. She gets no child tax. She gets no help on anything, no subsidy. So she can't go to work. She has to stay home because childcare is fucking $1,500 a month for a baby.
Woo!
So, like, if
Them
you
some
even have
hold on,
one
hold on,
spouse in your house that works,
hold
that
on,
changes everything.
hold on. Them
If you're
that's an
hardworking, you
expensive.
get nothing. If you are a hard worker, you get nothing.
That is an expensive babysitter. Does that come with like totally cleaning your house twice a week and doing your
No,
dishes
that's
every
sending
other
them
day?
to a daycare. That's sending them to a daycare. The childcare cost in this country, it literally makes it damn near impossible. That's why, my kids, like everybody always asks, what about your kids? Okay, well,
Who
my
do
baby
they got?
daddy,
Hold on, whoa. For
they
that
don't work.
price, for that price, who's working at the daycare? The Prince of Wales or something?
No, that's
Just
why
saying what y'all got
subsidy is
like
such an
what
ordeal. Like, you're paying 1 month's rent to have your kid in daycare if they're still in diapers. Once they're out of diapers, the price drops, but it's while they're in diapers that they raise.
I get it. Listen, that's actually a smart business move. Because it's really looking at it that way, it's probably designed to make some of these people actually be parents and change their own kid's shitty diaper.
Well, I tried to change it up recently with my custody order, and I tried to have my daughter with me, and it's summertime, so she's not in school, so I needed to find a drop-in daycare for one day. And you're looking at $60 a day just to drop your fucking kid off. Meanwhile, these babysitters, I paid a babysitter. I found out the cost. This babysitter wanted like $150 for babysitting for 6 hours. Not even.
I mean, I can see that because I'm gonna give you one price if it's a kid that I just really got to keep an eye on. But if I got to change poopy
Nine.
diapers and get thrown up on, I got to charge you more. I got
Mine's
to charge.
9.
Oh yeah, 9. Yeah, they self sufficient. They self
Dude, she can
sufficient. They
grab
can go
her own
make a
snacks. She can wipe her ass.
but she can go make her own ramen noodles.
Precisely. Her goal is to learn how to make pancakes from scratch right now.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, buddy. Yeah, that should be cheap
But
then.
it's illegal in Canada to let a child under the age of 11 stay home by themselves for any period of time. So I still have to wait 3 years before she can be home for 2 hours by herself.
I think that's amazing. Like worldwide, everybody like tells a parent what they can do with their kid. Like,
Oh,
oh, okay.
I brought this up recently in a news article. It was stated in Canada, you do not have parental rights in Canada. You have parental responsibilities. If you do not want to follow through with those parental responsibilities, like hormone therapy, then we will step in.
Some,
You see, I have very strong emotions about
listen,
the way things
you're tell,
are. They're
you're
trying to
just tell,
take your kids.
listen, you're telling me things that I can't even fathom because if I heard that from my local child enforcement bureau right this moment, oh yeah, I'm going 10. Because if they say that to me, my very next words are going to be, so that means you're going to quit taking money out of my paycheck and run me the money you've taken from me back, right? Like, what do you mean?
No,
What,
because
like, whoa.
that's a responsibility. You just don't have any rights. Parental rights do not exist.
Um, okay. Here is my statement, and I got to figure out how to word this so I don't catch a bunch of bleeps. My personal opinion, until the government is the one in control of my apparatus that is responsible for producing children, they can get every opinion they got off of a water tower. The only reason I'm compliant with child support is because I don't have a choice. They take it out of my check automatically. If they didn't take it out of my check, I would tell them to get it off of a water tower.
Hey, preach.
Just saying. Just saying. But I also say that as somebody that's had a lump sum of money yanked and watched it sit around in an account for over a year before it went to my kids. Like, You take my money and hold it for a year before you give it to my kids.
I
How
deal
about you
with
just
it in a similar aspect of the way you guys deal with it in reverse situation. So I feel where you're coming from, 100%.
I just listen. I just look at it as give Caesar what's due unto Caesar. You can't here in America. There is a 3-letter agency you will not ever beat. The IRS. They gonna get theirs one way or another.
Ours is the CRA.
It's called the what?
The CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. Yeah. Yeah. We have our own letter company. They take 40% of our check without child support.
They take how much?
Feels like it at times. What is it? Close to like 37?
Huh?
Yeah, it's above on his check it's above 30%. Like we get taxed a lot.
I ain't even trying to be in your business, but I gotta ask this. What is your hourly wage if they take hey, hold on. I'm
It's
hoping
above
that you
it is the mid-grade tax bracket. So like above 30, he makes above 30, I make above 20, I make just above $25 an hour, and they're taxing like about 30 on mine, just shy of 30. Because they used to do pie charts, so you'd actually look on a pie chart and see how much of that pie chart was subtracted. They were mean. They made me look
okay.
at that.
So now from that conversation, I'm definitely gonna look at ours and find out what our tax brackets is. Because ain't no way in a Jamaican's tank top they're taking anything near that amount in taxes from me and think I'm paying child support.
Okay,
So
so
I know now not to.
here's the fun part now. Okay, so factor this in, because when we look at the differences, because a lot of people are like, well, the minimum wage in the United States. I'm like, okay, but we have a federal minimum wage of $15. So think about what our quality and standard of life is. So now you're looking at rent, where rent for a 1-bedroom in Edmonton is close to $1,300-$1,400 a month, right? So you ain't gonna be getting by making $9.50 an hour. Not when a jug of a 4-liter, like a 1 gallon of milk is like $6-7, right? So
So,
our minimum wage is $15 an hour.
okay, so here in the States, it's a bit different. We have a federal minimum wage, but at the same time, every state has their own individual minimum wage.
Oh,
Like, our,
provinces do too, but they're all staying around the same, because once the federally instituted $15 an hour, it was like businesses went, what are you doing to us? You can't do that to the small businesses. Like that, now we have to repurpose that in how we give it back to the consumer. Like you've just forced that upon us. So businesses went out of business because they couldn't afford to pay their employees no more. Because like now
hey,
you have to,
hold on.
how are you going to make
Y'all
that back?
how much is y'all federal minimum wage?
$15, 1-5.
Okay. I'm trying to do some quick math in my head real quick because it might be worth the move to Canada. Our federal minimum wage in America is $7.25 an hour.
Oh yeah, I know it's really low. Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware. Your
So I'm
guys'
trying to do,
pay scale, but a pack of cigarettes and a Red Bull costs you guys $14.63, where a pack of cigarettes and a Red Bull is like $27.
up there.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
smokes are
So
$19.44 for just your mid-grade reds.
what they hitting for menthol? 'Cause I don't smoke reds.
Do they
You
even
can
have
straight up
menthol
take
anymore?
that.
I don't
Huh?
know. I think they outlawed menthol cigarettes. Yeah, they're flavored. Yeah, we can't. Menthol
What is
cigarettes are illegal up here.
what is wrong with them? Wait a minute?
Smells like I want to move to Canada. What the fuck?
What do you mean menthol cigarettes is
They're
illegal?
flavored. Kids are drawn to flavored cigarettes. This is what a pack of cigarettes looks like here now, okay? This is what your filters look like on your cigarettes.
Oh, let me see that pack again real quick. Let me see that whole pack. Look like a box of tampons.
They're not allowed to have any designs on them anymore.
And I thought
So
America
it
was
doesn't matter
screwed up.
what brand. It doesn't matter what brand you smoke. It's all going to be brown packaging like this with just the name of what you smoke on it.
That looked like an insect repellent box. I thought America screwed up when they started putting that fire safety stuff on cigarettes. Like,
Fire safety. I wish it was fire safety. This one is the block artery. They block arteries and can cause heart attacks. So here's a picture of your heart being repaired. Basically, that's what it is. It's heart surgery.
Hoey, do you really want me to answer your question? Because I really don't want to answer this question because this probably sounds really bad.
Non-mental.
Oh, Scott hitting us with the cue.
Remember when they changed up on me? When I started getting money, they started acting funny. Now the time's so
It's a good track.
when your friends turn to foes.
I'm not gonna take the show out. I mean, it's
I
not
know,
my
I know.
job, so.
I know I got you. So, Hoey, before I take us out, I'll answer your question as a parting thing. I thought they started making non-menthol cigarettes because people that don't smoke menthols wanted non-menthol Newports. Be honest. This has been another edition of the Unholy Tea. I want to thank Scott for popping on with us and holding down the ones and twos. I hate pointing on the screen. I'll be pointing backwards. Thank Miss Jackie for popping in with us tonight and having a discussion with us. And thank you that watch us and end up seeing us down the line for tuning in. Y'all know where y'all can catch us right here on CSHR Radio, same time, same place next week.
It's Mitty. Kids. Hey,